Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. You can call me this guy if my name is tricky to pronounce. Today I'm taking a look at the new Yamaha THR10. This is Mark II, and I'll be right back after this intro. Okay, so Yamaha's THR range has been an extremely popular range. I reviewed the THR5 back in the day. I never got around to reviewing the THR10, which I was told was much better, and that's had three different versions of it as well, which was a bit weird. But anyway, so Yamaha have now released a new THR range, which comes as a Yamaha THR10 Mark II and a wireless version of that one, and the Yamaha THR10 wireless, and these are in different prices. I have to check because my memory is a bit bad. Yeah, the THR10, this one Mark II is €325 here in Europe, and the wireless version is 427, and the 30 is €489. You can add roughly 10% to that if you want the dollar price, although I'm not sure what they actually sell for in the States. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be running through some of the sounds that you can access from the panel, because you can access even more sounds when you hook it up to a computer. The thing is, you have 5 different amp models here, but then you also have, when you hook it up to a computer, you get 2 more sets of models, so you get 15 in total, where from the panel you can only access 5. I'm just going to go through those today. It has a 3-band EQ, and it has effects, chorus and all that, delay, reverb, and your gain and master and all that stuff. You can stream music via Bluetooth, and you can store some sounds. It has aux in and phones out and all that kind of stuff going on as well. And it really looks quite nice, I have to say. It also has a tuner, and it has a tap tempo function. But like I said, I'm just going to go through the 5 different amp models that you can access on the front panel, because that's going to be enough for one video, and I'll do another one where I kind of go through the other models as well. But that'll be a separate video because I don't want this to be too long. So I'll just get my guitar and start playing. Okay, so what I forgot to say was that I'm also going to be trying it out with a pedal and see how it takes pedals, but I've been led to understand that it does take pedals quite well. So what else do I have going here? I have a custom mahogany Strat with Seymour Duncan YJM Fury pickups. Those are stacked humbuckers. I have Strymon Sunset overdrive that I'll be using at some point. Now, the 5 different amp models, I told a bit of a lie because it actually has 3 more as well, but those are bass, acoustic and flat. But the 5 different amp models that I'll be trying today are clean, crunch, lead, high gain and special. And we'll start with clean. I'll have EQ set to everything halfway, because I find that gives a kind of useful platform to start building from if you find something that's kind of you can work with. So this is clean, everything set halfway, EQ wise, gain and master set slightly over halfway. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, because winter is coming. Okay, so that's the clean sound. Let's see what the crunch sound sounds like. Again, gain is slightly over halfway. That's a bit louder, so I'll drop master a bit. Okay, so this is the type of territory where I would normally use an overdrive, this kind of a sound, just to add a bit of gain. So I have the Strymon Sunset set so that I have one side giving kind of a moderate overdrive and the other giving more, because more is more after all. So let's get a moderate bit of overdrive going. Let's add a bit more. Okay, next up, let's see how much gain you get from the crunch channel, so I'll turn gain all the way up. Okay, let's see what the EQ does. I'll fiddle with the bass first, and then the middle, and then the treble, and just drop bass all the way first and see what that does. Okay, so turning bass all the way up wasn't a great idea. Let's see what the middle one does. Make a mistake, repeat it. People will think it was intentional. Oh no, I just blew my cover. Okay, treble. Alright, let's go to the next one. I'll just drop gain back to just over halfway. And now we're on the lead channel. If it gets noisy, which it might, there is a noise gate which you can access through the app as well. Same thing again, let's turn gain all the way up. The gain knob doesn't do a lot after the halfway stage. Let's see how it cleans up. So gain is now at 9 o'clock. Because that's a bit weird. Next one is the high gain channel. Okay, one thing I forgot to say, I have the microphone backed off just a bit, just about that much, so you get a bit more of an authentic feel, so it's not entirely close mic'd. Let's see what gain does here. It's a bit heavy on the bottom end, so I'll drop a bit of bass. Okay, let's get the EQ back to kind of halfway everything and go check out the special. And gain also back to halfway. Again, let's see what the gain does. Now it's making a bit of a hiss. Oh, that was a bit of added chorus, so the delay you're hearing is all from the amp as well. Let's go back to the clean setting and see how it does an ambient type thing, because you can combine reverb and delay. Gain is just over halfway. Okay, one more test. I'll just drop back to a regular delay and see what the clean channel thinks of the overdrive pedal. So this is the clean sound. And let's add a bit of pedal to that, a little bit of overdrive. Bit more overdrive, because why not? I had to drop master a bit. Okay, that didn't sound too pleasant. Like I said, I'm gonna try out the other stuff with the app at a later date, because that would just become too long of a video. I'm going to reserve final judgment until I do that. But so far I think it has some good qualities and some qualities that aren't too great. I like the lead sound. Some of the sounds weren't all that brilliant. Sounded a bit honky in the crunch channel or the crunch setting to my liking. One thing which was a bit weird was even at the high gain setting, putting maximum gain on, there wasn't a ton of gain going on. I don't normally need a ton of gain, but I know there are people who do. That would be different with a higher output guitar, or where the pickups would be higher output, but still it's kind of tame, shall we say. So there's not a huge amount of gain going on. I could get more by maxing out the EQ as well, and probably the master, and fiddling with the guitar output because it has a separate output as well. So in fact, let's just try that. Let's go to the crunch channel and see how it does with gain all the way up, master all the way up, EQ all the way up, but guitar output dialed back a bit so that it doesn't get crazy loud. A bit of hiss now. Let's just run through the high gain, the lead, high gain, and the special sounds as well with this setting. Lead. High gain. Okay, and special. Okay, so you can get a bit of gain out of this thing, but then it's entirely maxed out. I mean, I think the special sound is quite okay. I like the clean sound, but the other ones I'm not too crazy about. Fiddle with the EQ to make them better, but they're quite far off to my liking from being something that I would use. I'll try one more thing. I'll put it back to the crunch channel and try to EQ in something that I would actually really like, properly like. Okay, so I have treble halfway, bass under halfway, and middle just over halfway, and this is what it sounds like now. The crunch setting sounds weirdly boxy somehow. Yeah, I'm not going to give it a final verdict because I'm going to try out other features as well. But so far, pluses and minuses, I would say. Taking into account all of the hype and all of the love of the THR series, I was a bit underwhelmed by the THR5, and this is a bit underwhelming so far, but that might change when I hook it up to the app. Now, this is a serious criticism of mine. it's seriously annoying that it has 3 different kinds of modes, but that you have to access them through an app. Okay, you can program the sounds that you make so you have them all, it always remembers those. But still, why can't they just put the stuff on the panel so that you can access it? It really annoys me. It might put cost up a bit, I understand that, but still, for me, and this is entirely personal, but for me, I would definitely much rather just have everything here and not have to hook anything up to a computer, because that annoys the living daylights out of me. I spend enough time as it is looking at a computer screen, and let's face it, most of us do, so we don't need to be looking at more computer screens. Hook up a guitar, just fiddle with everything and get the sounds that you want, if they're in the amp, that is. But this hooking up stuff to computers just really bums me out. So that's basically all I have for you today. Some sounds I did like, some sounds I didn't like at all, basically. None of the sounds got to the level where I was going, wow, this is really good. For the money, is there something better out there? Personally, I think there is. You could get a Katana 50 and you can gig with that because it's louder, and okay, it's a pain to carry around. It's not that heavy, but it's not like convenient like this. You could get a Katana Mini. There's a whole range of different battery powered amps out there. Blackstar Fly, NUX Mini Light, whatever it was. You could get a Vox AC10, a proper tube amp, which isn't as versatile as this, or you could get one of the old Roland Microcubes. The really old one is still my favorite practice amp to this day. That's basically all I have for you today. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Comment, let me know what you thought. I always get a bunch of hate when I don't like something, so bring on the hate. But it's all just personal preference, and I'm not going to give you a final verdict on this because I've still to try some stuff out on it. But so far, I think it was a bit underwhelming, considering the hype at least. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification thing. Support me on Patreon because you get a bunch of exclusives, like a live album I think there was, and exclusive music that hasn't been released anywhere else. My phone just went bling. And you get honest reviews. It helps. I buy the gear that I review, and like I said, this is a bit underwhelming so far, but let's give it a second chance. And yeah, if you want free music, check out my website. The link's in the description. You get a free compilation album. That's all I had for you today. Take care. I hope to see you in another one. Goodbye!